Greetings to everyone. Today we are going to discuss antiderivatives. But before we proceed to our lesson, let's first know what are the learning objectives of this video lecture. The viewers will be able to, first, to understand antiderivative. Second, is to differentiate antiderivative and derivative. Third, is to define the connection of antiderivative and derivative. Lastly, is to solve a problem involving antiderivative. So now, let's move on to the definition of antiderivative. Antiderivative is referred to as an indefinite integral. It is an essential concept in calculus because it serves as a basis for many real-life problems. Like other calculus concepts, the learning and understanding of antiderivative involves significant use of the signs and symbols. Now we'll proceed to the motivation.
So let's move on to the motivation of this video lecture. But before we proceed to antiderivative, let's first recall the derivative. This is the process how we solve the derivatives. F of x equals to 9x cubed plus 8x squared plus 7x plus 6. So let's get the first derivative. Sa pagkuha ng derivative, we need to multiply the coefficient and the constant and the exponent. So like this, 9 times the exponent which is the 3, then x. Sa x naman po, we need to minus 1. So 3 minus 1 plus. Same process na po tayo na gagawin natin dito sa second term. So ganito rin po siya. So magiging 8 times the exponent which is the 2 x minus 1. So 2 minus 1 plus, kapag ganyan po, kapag 1 lang po yung exponent ng x, isusunod na natin siya as a 7. Or yung value niya naman po, yung value niya. Then, this is the final answer of first derivative. So, 9 times 3 is 27. X, 3 minus 1 is 2. Plus, 8 times 2 is 16. X, 2 minus 1 is 1. Or simply x. Then we don't need to write this 7 because wala naman siya x. The next is, let's proceed to second derivative. Second derivative, same process. 27. Then the exponent of x, 27 times 2, x, 2 minus 1 plus, pag isang x na lang isulat na siya as a 16 or the value ng katabi ng x na yun. Then this is the answer for derivative number 2. Or the second derivative. So 27 times 2 is 54. X na lang kasi 2 minus 1 is 1 or simply x. Then since wala na siyang x, hindi na natin siya ilalagay. So this is the we need to put it kasi we need to get the final answer. So this is the final answer for the second derivative. So let's get the third derivative. So 54. Yeah. Hindi na natin nalagay ito 16 kasi nga wala na siyang x na nilagay. Then this is the final score, and this is the third derivative, second derivative, and this is the first derivative. So, example number 2. What if the situation is product like this? F of x equals to 15 times 2 plus 6 times 4x. So, in this situation, we can apply the product rule. But first, we need to identify the factor 1, then the derivative of factor 1, factor 2, then the derivative of factor 2. The factor 1 is this. So 15x squared plus 6. So the derivative of 15x squared is 30x. Same lang din po siya sa ginagawa natin dito. Kaya ganyan. Then next is, dahil wala naman ng value na x, or wala kasama x, hindi natin siya susulat. So factor 2 is the 4x. The derivative of 4x, or the factor 2 is 4. So, the formula for product rule is, the product rule is factor 1 times the factor 2, the derivative of factor 2, then plus the factor 2 times the derivative of factor 1. Then, i-ano natin siya, i-apply na natin ito. So, magiging factor 1, ito, si factor 1, itong factor 1 is 15x squared plus 6, then times kay factor 2, ay derivative of factor 2, which is 4, plus factor 2, which is 4x, times derivative of factor 1. So, ito na siya. Then, we need to perform it or solve this one, this term and this term, or this polynomial and this polynomial and this polynomial. So, magiging 15 times 4 is 60 60x x squared plus 6 times 4 is 24. Then, ito na siya. Then, we need to solve this one then. So, 4x times 30 is 120x. Then, pag may ganitong dalawang x, you need to, magpa-plus mo lang yung dalawang exponent niya. So, magiging, parang 1 plus 1 is magiging 2. So, ilalagay na natin siya dito. So, ipag-add natin siya, which is ito yung operation na gagawin natin. Kasi nga, so, 120x squared. So, magiging 180x squared plus 24. So, this is the final answer. This is the example of derivative in product rule. But what if naka-rational form na siya? So, this is an example of derivative in rational form. Then, 15x plus 13 over 4x plus 3, or f of x equals to 15 squared plus 13 over 4x plus 3. So in this time, we can apply the quotient rule, or we need to identify first the value of numerator and the derivative of the first derivative of numerator, denominator, and the first derivative of denominator. Then numerator, which is this, is 15x squared plus 13. Then the derivative of the first derivative of numerator is 30x plus, since wala naman na siyang x, hindi natin siya isusulat. So, tagay natin ito. Then the denominator is 4x plus 3. Then the first derivative of denominator is 4, simply 4, because hindi naman natin sinasama kapag walang x. Then the formula we use in quotient rule is denominator times numerator, the derivative of numerator minus bracket, then numerator times the derivative of denominator, bracket again, then over denominator squared. The denominator squared. So this is the formula for quotient rule. Then, i-apply natin dito yung this situation. So magiging, yung denominator daw is 4x plus 3 times yung derivative daw ni n, which is 30x, then 30x, then minus, then bracket, si numerator daw, which is this, is 15x squared plus 13. Then, times, yung derivative daw ni denominator, which is before, or bracket. Yan. So, we need, kagaya same as this, we need to solve this one, then this one. So, this one then, this first term, or this first equation, then second equation. Then, 30 times 4 is 120. Then, pag may ganito is pag-add nga yung dalawang x. Ibig sabihin is, x may exponential na 1, then this one is my exponential na 1. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2. So x2 plus this one. So from this one naman. Tama, this one. Then 3 times 30 is 90. Wala naman itong x, ito lang meron, so x. This is the answer for this one. Then next, this one. 15 times 4. So 60 x squared plus this one. So magiging 13 times 4 is 12 or 52. Since wala silang x, wala kang ilalagay. Then since nasa division na nasa subtraction tayo, we need to change this sign o lahat ng sign nito. So magiging negative 60 x squared minus na siya kasi plus dito, so magiging minus na. Minus 52, ay, di mo siya ilalagay dito banda. Kasi, ito, yung may ano na ito is may x. Since na kailangan mo ipantay dito sa may, kung meron ba siyang x, dito sa may x lang. Kapag wala siyang x, dito mo siya sa may ilalagay. So, mali siya dito. So, magiging negative 52. Yan. So, magiging 120 minus 60 is 60. X, you need to copy ng this variable and yung exponent niya, plus 90x minus 52. So this is the answer. This is our example of derivative. Yun lang po.
Now, let us define antiderivatives. What is antiderivatives? Antiderivatives referred to as an indefinite integral. It is an essential concept in calculus because it serves as a basis for many real-life problems. Like other calculus concepts, the learning and understanding of antiderivatives involves significant use of signs and symbols. Now, let us proceed to the terminologies of antiderivatives. First is the antidifferentiation. Antidifferentiation refers to the process of finding the antiderivative. Next is the integral symbol or the integral sign. The integral symbol denotes the operation of the antidifferentiation. Next, if the f function. The f function is called the integrand. And if the f of antiderivative is f, we write it as f of x dx equals f of x plus c, where the symbol and dx go hand in hand, and dx helps us to identify the variables of the integration. So the expression of f of x plus c is called the general antiderivatives. Meanwhile, each antiderivative of f is called a particular antiderivative of f. Now, let us proceed to differentiating the antiderivatives and derivatives. So, we are going to discuss the operation of antiderivatives and derivatives first. Antiderivatives find a function whose derivative is the original function. It's like, from the given equation, isa-solve mo siya, pero needs to be your final answer is also going back to the original equation. While derivatives is finding the rate of changes of function. It's like you're expanding the equation that is given to you, where you measure the rate of its changes. Next is the process. So the process of antiderivatives is called antidifferentiation or integration, while derivatives process is called differentiation. So for the notation of antiderivatives, it is notates to f of x dx, the integral of f of x dx, while the derivatives express the integral of f of x or df over dx. Next is the relationship of antiderivatives and derivatives. The fundamental theorem of calculus establishes the relationship between differentiation and integration. The relationship of antidifferentiation to derivatives is differentiation and antidifferentiation that is inverse of operation. Now that we discussed about the terminologies, definition of antiderivatives and differentiation of antiderivatives and derivatives, let us proceed to the example of antiderivatives.
So let's proceed sa mga examples of antiderivative. So first example is 4x cubed plus 2x plus x squared plus 7x. So ganito lang siya. 4x. Wait lang. Kapag derivative, di ba pag derivative is ang ginagawa natin sa exponent is binabawasan natin siya ng isa sa magiging x equals to 2. But dito sa antiderivative is mag-add tayo sa magiging 3 plus 1. Tapos, kung ano yung exponent daw ng x na yun or ng number na yun is yun din daw yung denominator ng term na yun. So magiging 3 plus 1. So plus, same lang din daw dito, same procedure lang. Kung ano yung ginawa sa first term, sa second term, hanggang matapos na itong lahat ng terms, gano'n din yung gagawin mo. So magiging x 2 plus 1 over kung ano yung exponent yung denominator, 2 plus 1 plus 7x, or which is may 1, so plus 1 over 1 plus 1, so plus c. So ipaperform natin siya, so magiging solve lang natin itong exponent at saka itong denominator, so magiging 4x 3 plus 1 is 4 over 4 ulit plus x 2 plus 1 is 3 over 3 plus 7 1 plus 1 is 2 over 2 rin, then plus c. Then kung pwede ma-simplify yung pagka-answer na yun is isi-simplify nyo siya. So ito pwede mo na siyang i-cancel, so magiging x 4 plus x 3 over 3 plus 7x 2 over 2 plus c. So ito na yung final answer. So example number 2. Example number 2 is 9x squared plus 7x plus 8. So this time meron na tayong constant. So ganito naman yung procedure kapag may constant na. So same procedure na siya dito sa first term na magiging 9x 2 plus 1 over kung ano exponent yung denominator, so 2 plus 1 plus, same lang dito, magiging 7x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus 8. So kapag may nakita kayong constant, automatic na lalagyan nyo lang siya ng x. Then proceed to plus c. So next na is solve na natin ito exponent and denominator. So magiging 9x 3 cube over 3, which is 2 plus 1 plus 7x 2 raised to 2 or over 2 plus capital 8x plus c. So this is the final answer. Since pwede pa ito i-simplify, so ito si 9 tsaka si 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3x 3 plus 7x raised to 2 over 2 plus copy lang 8x plus c. So, this is my answer. Then, example number 3. This time, from the previous example is, mayroon tayong mga 3 terms. This time, mayroon tayong 2 terms lang, which is 10x plus 7. So, same lang dito na may constants na parehas. So, same procedure lang na ginawa natin. So, magiging 10x 1 plus 1 over kung anong exponent yung denominator. So, 1 plus 1 plus 7x. Kasi kapag constant na siya, lalagyan mo na siya ng x, then susunod to plus c. Then next is, susunod mo na itong exponent, then ito denominator, which is 10x raised to 2 over 2 plus, copy lang, 7x plus c. So, since itong 10 at c2 is pwedeng ma-divide, which is 5x raised to 2 plus 7x plus c. So, this is the final answer. Thank you. So, example number 4. X raised to 4 plus x raised to 3 plus x raised to 2 plus x. So, this time, puro x naman yung binigay na. What if puro x naman yung binigay sa inyo? So, ganito yung siya solve. So, x, 4, same pa rin, plus 1. Over kung ano yung exponent, yun din yung denominator. So, magiging 4 plus 1. Plus, same procedure dito kay, kay first term, the second term ganun din. So, magiging x, 3 plus 1 over kung ano yung exponent, yung denominator is 3 plus 1. So, magiging next naman is plus x raised to 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 plus x, since na may 1 na siya dyan, mag-alternate ng 1, then kung ano exponent siya in denominator, plus c. So, always has c yan. Then, next is i-solve na natin yung mga exponent, yung denominator. So, magiging x raised to 5 over 5 plus x raised to 3 over 4 pala, or over 4 plus x raised to 3 over 3 plus x raised to 2 over 2. So this is the final answer. So let's proceed to example number 5. Example number 5. 4x raised to 6 plus 2x raised to 4 plus x raised to 3 minus x raised to 2 plus minus x. So, same procedure lang sa mga past example natin. So magiging 4 x 6 plus 1, kung ano yung exponent ni x, yung denominator, so 6 plus 1 plus 2x raised to 4 plus 1, one exponent, denominator 4 plus 1, so plus x raised to 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 minus 6 x raised to 2 plus 1, same lang din, 2 plus 1 minus x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus c. So, solve din natin yung exponent at saka yung denominator. So, this time, 4x raised to 7 over 7 plus 2 raised to 5, 2x raised to 5 over 5 plus x raised to 4 over 4 minus 6 x raised to 3 over 3 minus x raised to 2 over 2 plus c. So this time, itong 6 raised to 3 at saka itong 6 raised to 3 over 3, pwede natin siya masimplify. So magiging 4 x raised to 7 over 7 plus 2 x raised to 5 over 5 plus x raised to 4 over 4 minus, so si 3 at saka si, so 6 divided by 3 is 3, ay 2 x raised to 3 minus x raised to 2 over 2 plus c. So this is the final answer. The first rule is power rule. Power rule. So the formula used for power rule is integral of x raised to n dx equals to x raised to n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. So this side is represent as the integration operator. Then yung c naman po is nagre-represent siya as constant. And yung d of x, dx is indicates that the integration is with respect to x. Then let's move on. This is an example of power. Example number 1. Integration of x cubed dc. This is an example of power rule. So step 1 is, ito daw si x is, yung exponent niya daw is nagdagdagan daw siya ng isa. So magiging x 3 plus 1 over. Kung ano daw yung exponent mo, yun din daw yung denominator mo. So magiging 3 plus 1. Always mo daw lalagyan ng c kasi dito sa formula natin is may nakalagay c. So lagi daw may c plus c. Step 2, ipe-perform mo siya. So magiging itong c3 daw plus 1. So magiging x 3 plus 1 is 4 over 3 plus 1 is 4. Then write the c. May c siya, ibig sabihin kasi ng c, na kahit anong number yung ilagay mo dyan, is ganun pa rin yung sagot, ganun pa rin yung magiging sagot niyan. So let's move on to example number 2. What if naman kung ang integral of square root of 3x dx? Paano naman daw kung naka-radical siya? So first step na gagawin mo is i-convert mo siya sa parang ganito siya. So ilalabas mo siya sa radical sign. So magiging x, yung numerator, yung nasa loob, is na 1. So magiging 1 over yung nasa labas na number, which is 3. Then write the dx. So integral of x raised to 1 over 3 dx. So nakaganyan na siya. So pwede na natin siya i-update itong step. So step 2 is mag-add lang tayo ng 1 sa exponent ni x. So magiging x 1 over 3 plus 3 over 3 over 1 over 3 plus 3 over 3. So 3 over 3 siya kasi, bakit nga pala 3 over 3? Kasi kapag 3 over 3 is 3 divided by 3 equals to 1 pa rin. So magiging 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. So same na siya sa formula natin. So yun nga daw, kung anong yung exponent ng x is yun din yun sa denominator. Then always write as c plus c. Step 3 is perform na siya sa si x 3 plus 1 is 4 over 3. Pag same ng denominator, pag same ng denominator, lagi mo mangyayari dyan is kakapin mo lang. So, since na 3 siya, magiging 3 dito. Plus, ay over, same lang. So, 4 over 3 plus c. Then after that, etong nasabi namin dito daw, is i-reciprocal daw natin siya para makayos natin dito sa numerator. So, magiging ito siya. Step 4. So, magiging x 4 raised to 3 over 1 plus, ay times, pag nag-reciprocal ka na, so ita-times na natin siya. So, magiging times, ibababalik natin siya. So, ito si numerator, magiging denominator. Ito si denominator, magiging numerator. So, magpapalitan lang sila. From dyan, ganyan. plus C. Always po itong nakalagay itong C na to. Then step 5 is ipagkatesa natin siya. So 3 times x raised to 4 over third is 3x 4 over third. Over 1 times 4 is 4. Plus C. So, pwede daw, ito na yung maging answer natin. Pero, pwede natin siya ipasok sa, ibalik natin siya sa ganitong form. So, magiging x ay magiging 3 over 4 muna. 3 over 4. So, ito yun, 3 over 4. Then, x, square root of 3x, itong 4. Yung magiging exponent niya. Plus C. Then, sa ganitong form, pwede natin siyang ma-simplify. So, ito, pwede natin siyang ma-simplify. So, magiging, ang final answer natin dyan is, pwede natin siyang ma-simplify. So, magiging, final answer natin is 3 over 4x square root of x plus C. Kasi pwede natin itong ano. So, ito na yung magiging final answer. Then, what if, next example, what if kung naka-fraction form naman siya? So, magiging dx over x raised to 4. Paano naman kung ganito na yung bigay sa inyo? So, unang-una yung gagawin, step 1, is i-convert nyo siya same as this. So, magiging integral of x. Kapag ganito daw, kapag ibabalik mo siya para sa magiging numerator siya, etong exponent ni x is magiging coefficient siya ng sign. So, from positive, magiging negative 4. Then, kapit na dx. Then, after that, pwede natin itong i-apply. Itong solusyon. So, magiging x negative 4 plus 1 over kung ano daw yung nasa taas, kung ano yung exponent, yun din na yung denominator. So, magiging negative 4 plus 1. Ayan siya. Then, plus C. The next is proper formula. So, magiging x. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3 over negative 3. Same lang siya dito kasi negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3 pa rin. Plus C. Ayan na. After dito, bawal din yung answer mo. Kasi nga daw, bawal daw yung may negative sa ilalim. So, ang gagawin mo is itong x na to, ibababa mo siya sa ilalim. So, magiging 1 negative of 3x3 ay cube. Bakit siya naging positive? Kasi kapag magbababa ka ng term or ng isang term, pag ibababa mo siya is magiging positive yung exponent niya. So from negative, magiging positive. Then ito na siya is magiging negative na siya. Whole up, negative na siya. Then always write a C. Then from this, yan na, pwede na siya yung ito na yung answer mo. Yan. This is how we solve a power rule. So let's proceed to the second rule, which is the constant multiple rule. Sa constant multiple rule, ang formula na ginagamit is integral of f of x dx, which is 16 integral of f of x dx. So from this, si constant rule daw, from constant, itong constant, is ilalabas daw siya ng integral para magiging ganito na siya. So first example. Example number 1. Ganito na yung mangyayari na. Ang example number 1 natin ay integral of a x for dx. So from this, pwede natin Itong constant rule is ilalabas na natin siya ng integral. So, magiging ganito na siya. Constant is the integral of x for dx. So, from this, ito na tayo eh. So, pwede na natin i-apply si power rule, which is ganito. X 4 plus 1 over 4 plus 1. Pero lagi natin i-indicate 5. From integral, magiging times na yun. So, ito-times natin to. So, magiging 8 times etong part na to, then d, and then plus na. So, magiging 8 times x raised to 4 plus 1, then kung ano yung exponent, yung denominator, plus c. So, pepper-perm lang din siya. So, magiging 8 x 4 plus 1 is 5 over 5 plus c equal to, so ito na tayo. So, ang gagawin natin is ipagka-times na doon natin siya. So, 8 times x over x raised to 5, so magiging 8x raised to 5 over 5 plus c. So, ito na yung sagot niya. Ayan siya. What if, kung nakaradical naman siya? Example number 2. So, like this. Integral of 4 raised to u du. Paano naman daw kung meron siya? So, ang unang-una natin gagawin is ilalabas natin si constant and integral. So, magiging 4 integral of square root of u du. So, pwede rin natin i-apply yung power rule. So, sa power rule, di ba, ilalabas muna natin si u sa radical na to. So, magiging 4 integral of u 1, tapos may 2 dito, so magiging 1 over 2 du. So, ayun na. From this, pwede na natin i-apply yung power rule. So, or itong constant rule na to. So, magiging 4 times u 1 over 2 of plus 2 over 2 or 1, kasi 2 over 2 is still 1. Magiging 1 over 2 plus 2 over 2. Kung ano ang exponent, yun din ang denominator. Times plus c. Always kami plus c. So magiging, iparpapag lang din siya sa magiging 4 times u. 1 plus 2 is 3 over 2 over 3 over 2 rin. Kasi 3 plus 2 is 1 plus 2 is 3. Then take those and denominator, kaya copy. Times plus c. Magiging 4 times this down, 4 times u raised to 3 over 3, 3 over second is 4 over, 4u 3 over 2 over 3 over 2 plus c. So, after this, gagayahin natin yung sa ginawa natin kanina. I-reciprocal natin. So, from itong 2, i-apply natin siya or magiging numerator siya. Then itong numerator magiging denominator. So, magiging ito siya. 4u 3 over 2 times 2 over 3 plus c. Magiging ganyan na siya. Then ito may over 1 din yan. So magiging si 4 times 2 is 8 u 3 over 2 over 3 times 1 is 3 plus c. Then itong answer na to is the final answer. So this example, by this example, napakita natin kung paano nangyayari paano ina-apply itong constant multiple rule. So let's proceed to another rule, which is the sum and difference rule. This is a part of basic integration rule pa rin. So the formula we use is integral of f of x positive or negative g of x dx. Or, pag-iwalayin din natin siya, na parang ganito siya. So, this first term and this second term is pag-iwalayin natin siya. Like this, integral of f of x, then you need to write it. Diba? First term and second term. So, first term ito, second term, pag-iwalayin natin. So, first term ito, then na-write mo sa dx. Then, ito, plus or positive or negative integral of g of x, then g of x, gx ulit. Yan, magiging din siya. So, ang formula na gagamitin natin is ganito. At yung pinaka-formula na gagamitin natin. So, let's try it. First example. Example number 1. Integral of 3x plus 5 dx. No, this is an example of sum and difference rule. First, we need to pag-iwalayin yung mga term or yung dalawang term na yan. So, magiging integral of 3x dx. So, pag pinag-iwalay mo itong term na to, you always write this. This letter. So, dx. So, magiging ito. The next is, siya yung mag-i-indicate kung plus or minus yung gagawin mo. So, magiging plus integral of 5 dx. Ayan, 5 dx. Then, after that, pwede natin i-apply si constant multiple rule. Which is, ilalabas natin si constant or si constant, ilalabas natin siya sa labas ng integral. At same as this. So, 3 integral of x dx plus 5 integral of dx or simply 5x or simply 5x. Then always write in C. Yan. Pag sabi nito, pag 5 integral of dx, pag yan na yung nangyari na, is simply 5x na lang yan. I-write mo na lang agad ng x. Then, i-perform mo natin siya sa magiging 3. Pwede na i-apply yung power rule, which is yung 3 times x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 times plus, ito na lang tayo, ito nasusunod natin si 5x plus c. The next is, we need to, ipagbabasa natin itong yung itong exponent tsaka ito natin ito. So, magiging 3 times x squared over 2 times 5x plus 6 plus c. Then equal to, you need to multiply this 3 and x squared. Magiging 3x squared over 2 plus 5x plus c. So this is the final answer. So example number 2. Example number 2. What if may three terms na siya? So parang ganito. 5x raised to 4 minus 4x raised to 2 plus 9 dx. What if naman pag ganyan na siya? So magiging, same lang din siya, gagawin din natin siya ganito, mag-iwalay din natin like this. Pero tatlong term na siya, so magiging ganito. 5 integral of equals to integral of 5 raised to 4 dx minus, kasi ito minus siya, minus din. So integral of 4x raised to 2 dx plus, ito na tayo, plus integral of 9 dx. So magiging ito na siya. Yan, parang ito na din. Yan. Then next is, ilalabas na natin siya. Ilalabas natin kasi constant multiple rule. So magiging 5 x raised to 4 dx minus, same lang din dito, 4 integral of x squared dx plus 9 integral of dx or simply 9x. Ito rin. Parang ganito rin siya. Same lang siya dito sa 5k5. So parang wala na siya kasamang x, pwede natin simply like 9x na lang. So solve it like 5 times x 4 plus 1 over 4 plus 1. Bakit 4 plus 1? Kasi si exponent, all of exponent yung DC denominator. Times minus 4x raised to 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. Same ang division dito. Kung ang exponent yung denominator. Over plus 9x plus c. Plus c. Yan. Magiging ganyan siya. So, solve ulit. So, magiging 5. Magiging 4 plus 1 is magiging 5. So, x 5 minus 4 x 2 plus 1 is 3 over 3 plus 9x plus c. So, magiging pag-times mo lang ito at saka ito, pag-times mo dyan, yan, magiging 5x 5 minus 4x raised to 3 over 3 plus 9x plus yan, plus 9x plus c. Or the answer would be, madidivide siya, so magiging 1 or magiging simply x 5 minus 4x to 3 over 3. Di na siya pwede mag-divide kasi wala naman pwede mag-divide sa kanila. Number plus 9x plus c. So this is the final answer. So this is the process how we solve the sum and difference rule, or the process of sum and difference rule. Thank you. So let's proceed to sum and difference example number 2. Integral of 4x minus 7 dx. So these are yung two terms lang. And the second term is wala siyang variable. So ganito siya isa. Integral of 4x then dx minus the integral of 7 dx. Then after that, by constant multiple rule, ilalabas natin si 4 at si 7 sa integral. So magiging 4 integral of x dx minus 7 integral of dx. So after that, kukunin natin yung value ni yung exponent ni x. So magiging 4 integral of x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 minus 7x plus c. So after that, nakuha natin yung 7x. Solve natin yung exponent and yung denominator. So magiging 4 times x squared over 7x plus c. So, ito na yung ano niya. So, ang gagawin lang natin is 4, ito natin by x squared. So, magiging 4x squared over 2 minus 7x plus c. So, this time, pwede natin simplify ang c 4 plus 2. So, ang magiging final answer natin is 2x2 minus 7x plus c. So, this is the final answer.
So let's proceed to the rule number 3 of exponential function and logarithmic function. So the formula we're going to use is the integral of x raised to negative 1 dx equals to the integral of 1 over x dx equals to ln times absolute value of x plus c. So I have here two examples. So let's solve first the first example. So the first example is the integral of 2 over x dx. So the first thing we're gonna do is ililipat ko natin yung 2 outside, then magiging 1 po siya. So bali magiging ganito. So 2 integral of 1 over x dx. Then after using this, ito po yung ginamit natin. Ito po yung ginamit natin. Then ang gagawin naman po natin sa susunod, ito naman pong ln times absolute value of x plus c. So ang mangyayari naman po dyan is i-substitute na po natin siya. So magiging 2 times 1 plus dx. So it will become a 2 ln plus times absolute value of x plus c. So, ito na po yung answer natin sa first example.
So, let's proceed to the example number 2, which is the integral of dx plus 5 times dx. So, dx times natin siya sa 3x tapos na 5. So, ang mangyayari po na is next. After times yung 3x na dx, naging nito po siya. Then, plus 5, naging integral po siya ng dx. So, after po na after that, magiging integral of x. So, mag-aabot siya dito na 5x. So, after po niya, mawasan po yung x. Pero magiging integral of x. Tapos yung dx mo magiging plus. So, after po yun na, i-aalo po natin yung plus 1 sa'yo natin. So, after po i-plus natin sa x. Ito lang po yung harap na score.
So let's proceed to another topic, which is the initial value problems. So this is the process how to solve the initial value problems. Example number 1, dy over dx equals to 6x plus 3. So ang first step is dy, copy mo muna to, so dx equals to 6x plus 3. Then itatimes mo siya sa dx para makancel itong nasa ilalim at yung denominator dito sa kabilang x ay sa kabilang equation. So, magiging dy equals to 6x or integral of dy equals to integral of 6x plus 3 dx. So, i-derive natin siya sa nag-isa. So, magiging y equals to 6x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus 3x plus c. So, isolve natin. So, magiging y equals to 6x raised to 2 over 2 plus 3x plus c. So, magiging y over, i-simplify natin itong 6 at 2. So, magiging 3x raised to 2 plus 3x plus c. So, since ang value daw ni x is 0, so i-open natin siya dito sa mga value dito. So, si y at si x. So, si y is 4 equals to, yung si x daw is 3, 0 of raised to 2 plus 3, the x daw is 0 plus c. So, alam naman natin 4 equals to, 3 times 0 is 0 pa rin. So, magiging 4 equals to 0 na to plus 0 pa rin. So, magiging c na lang. So this is the final answer. So let's proceed to another example, which is example number 2. dy over dx equals to 8x plus 4. So same process lang po, nalinaw natin sa kabila. So magiging, unahin natin si dy over dx equals to 8x plus 4. I-times natin siya kay dx para makancel natin itong denominator dito sa kabilang equation. So, magiging integral of dy equals to integral of 8x plus 4 dx. So, natin siya, i-derive natin siya ng isang beses. So, magiging y equals to 8x 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4x plus c. Okay, x plus c. So, magiging y equals to 8x raised to 2 over 2 plus 4x plus c. So, pwede natin ito i-simplify. So, magiging y equals to 8 divided by 2 is 4x raised to 2 plus 4x plus 3. So, same process lang. Itong si x, isipalitan daw natin siya na ang value daw is 0. Then, itong si y, value daw is 3. So, ito natin. So, si y daw is 3 equals to kay 0 the x p 4. Si x daw is 0 raised to 2 plus 4 ulit. Then, yung value daw ni x is 0 plus c. So, same lang din siya na alam naman natin na kapag any numbers na pag multiply sa 0 is equal to 0 pa rin. So 0 plus 0 plus c. So magiging c na lang siya agad. So magiging 3 equals to c. This is pa rin. Let's proceed to sample number 3 of division value problem. What if the multiplication is one term lang siya? Parang ganito. So, then yung y na pinigit sa inyo is y equals to 1 equals to 5, then x equals to 0, then y equals to 5. Then this time, binigyan tayo ng definition na one term lang. And this is the process how we solve if the given situation is one term only. So first step pa rin, same lang doon. Magkakancel tayo na ikakopy muna natin yung pinaka-given. Then mag-times tayo ng dx. Then ikakancel natin yung denominator. So this time, makukuha natin dito is the integral of dy equals to integral of 4x dx na. So after mo makuha ito, after mo makuha yung ganitong part, so i-derive na natin siya, o i-anti-derive natin siya ng isang beses. So magiging y equals to 4x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus c. Yan yung kaya natin dx ng c. So after that, i-solve lang natin. So magiging y equals to 4 x raised to 2 over 2 plus c. So this time, pwede natin mas-simplify ito. C 4 at 2. So magiging y equals to 2x raised to 2 plus c. So ito siya dito. So next is ilalagay natin yung mga equivalent value niya. So magiging dy is 5 over 2. The x daw is 0 raised to 2 plus c. So alam naman natin na all zeros, all numbers na multiplied by zeros equal by zeros. So parang ita-cancel na lang din natin 1 multiplied by 5 equals to c. So the value of c is 5.
Good day, listeners. I am the next presenter of this book. So for our next lesson is about the basic antiderivative rules. So basic antiderivative rules have 3 parts. First is the power rule. Second is the exponential functions and logarithmic functions. The third is trigonometric functions. So since our first presenter already discussed the power rule, let us proceed to the exponential function and logarithmic function. So exponential function and logarithmic functions have 3 rules. So first is the rule number 1. Dx equals dx plus c. So the c is the constant of integration and the x is the variable. So e is the coefficient. So let us have our example. So first step of this function is we are going to identify the exponential function. Second is we are going to check the coefficient. So since we have a constant in our function or equation, it's the Laplace potential from the integral function. Next is we are going to multiply the 3 to the integral equation. So 3 raised to x plus add Example number 2, the integral of 1 over 3 e raised to x dx equals. So this example is also the same as the first example. So since we have a constant term in the equation, we are going to remove it from the integral equation. So e raised to x. So same process. Here we are going to multiply 1 over 3 to the integral equation. So 1 over 3 times e raised to x is 1/3 e raised to x plus the constant of integration c.
Now we'll proceed in rule number 2. In this rule, we'll use the formula of integral of a raised to x dx is equal to a raised to x over ln a plus c. I have two examples here, which is the integral of 3 and raised to x dx. Since magkakaroon po sila, ang gagawin po natin is to identify what is the a raised to x and a. Ang a raised to x po natin is b raised to x. And ang a po natin is 3. So, now nakuha na po natin ito, we just have to substitute 3 raised to x over ln a plus c. So, yung ln po and plus c is constant na. Well, hindi na po siya mababago. And this is our final answer. Next example po is the integral of 2 raised to x plus 1 dx. As you can see po, hindi po sila magkakapa. So, ang gagawin po natin is to use this illustration. A raised to x plus 1 is equal to a raised to x times a raised to 1. So, a raised to x po natin is 2 raised to x. While ang a po natin is 2. 10 raised to 1. Ang mangyayari po is magkagaya po siya. 2 raised to x times 2 raised to 1. As you can see po, ito po ay so, ilalabas ko naman siya ng integral. So, as you can see po, magkakaroon po sila. So, ang gagawin po natin is to substitute this into this. Hindi niyo po babagayin ito since nandito po siya. This is by our final. That's it.
Now we'll proceed into the last topic, which is trigonometric functions. In this type of problems, we can use 6 different formulas depending on the given. First one is the integral of cosine x dx is equal to sine x plus c. The integral of sine x dx is equal to negative cosine x plus c. The third one is second raised to x dx is equal
Since may operation po siya, pag